Now, before we go any further, I've just done my regular daily showbiz news and my regulars will be upset with me. I need a shave. I know I do. But producer said earlier it's National Swampy Day. National Swampy Day. Now, I didn't realise that was the case. But I've seen pictures of Tommy today. Tommy Robinson, he's been let out of prison today. He's got the full beard and everything. Oh, aye, in memory of old Swampy. I didn't know there was such a thing as National Swampy Day. There must be. Anyway, he's come out today. He's got out early, and many would say rightly so. Now, I'm not nailing any colours to the mast, although I've told you in past videos about Tommy Robinson what I used to think, or what I was taught to think, and what I now think. But let me just say this. He's come out today, and I was heartened, because what I liked it was this. He's come out, and he's not just kept quiet. He's done a bit of a quick press conference, well, for his own people there, and banged it on YouTube, I would imagine. And what he's done, he's mentioned, he's complaining about the sentencing, about the media, about the police, and I think, good, stick to your convictions. Don't just be shut up and say nothing. And he's also told stories of how his family, whilst he's been in there, have been given threats of violence and even threats of death. He said he's not been plain sailing for any of them. He said nobody knows what he's been through. I'm heartened to see that when he's come out today, he said all of these things, because it makes you realise that he's not just going to go quietly. He's still going to try make a change in his own way. Now, I'm not saying I do or don't agree with him. I'm not saying he's the best thing since sliced bread. I'm not saying he's not the devil incarnate. I'm sure he's not, but I don't know. But he's wearing a hat there, I believe. What was it? Was it Mega? As after the Donald Trump one, it's Make England Great Again. I think he took it off, but the sentiment was there. And I looked at it and I thought, well, somebody needs to make England great again, because it's slipping away. I'm going to do a video shortly on that thing that happened in that there Liverpool last night. I only heard about this morning. I can't believe I didn't know. And that ties in even a bit with this. But more than that, I'm going to read you a story in a moment that I read only this afternoon after I heard Tommy had gotten out. And I'm thinking, somebody somewhere needs to try to help us to get this country back to what it was. It was never perfect. It's never going to be. But it can be better. And by that, when I say get it back to what it was, I don't mean, I'm not at all racist. Many say Tommy's not. From what I've seen and heard, I'm not so sure that he is. But I believe he cares for folk that haven't got a voice. And I believe, if I'm right, and I want to be right, he would care for those folk, whatever race or religion they are. I mean, on the back of this, let me just read you this that I've seen today. You might have heard of it, you might not have. You'll know about the case. This came out this afternoon. I'm not going to read you the full thing because I'll be on a while. I've just got the headlines, and then when I tell you the headlines, I'll tell you a bit about the story. It's on my other laptop here, so it'll take a second. It's absolutely unbelievable. There's a bloke there. I should have had it ready. There's a bloke there, and he's not trying to sue. He's suing ITV at this moment in time. Now, I'll read you the main part of it, and then I'll tell you all about it. The heading that I've seen in the press today is, this is a bloke. He's a foreign bloke. He's Asian, probably Pakistani, but I don't know. In my country, murder is normal. Man in jail for his niece's honour killing sues ITV for accusing him of ordering her rape. Okay? I'll tell you the people's names. You'll remember this because you'll have heard of this from a few years ago. It's gone too far. Bear with me a sec. And he says, a man serving life in jail for ordering the murder of his niece in a so-called honour killing is suing ITV over claims that he also allowed her rape. Banaz Mahmood was aged 20 when she was killed on the orders of her father. Mahmood, and uncle Ari Mahmood, after she left an abusive arranged marriage. Other family members and friends were recruited to carry out the murder, and she was raped by 3 of her cousins before being strangled. Uncle Mahmood, 69, is now suing over a 2020 drama called Honour, starring Keeley Hawes, and a 2012 documentary on the killing. Now, when you read up on that, what's happened there? This young girl, she's 17. She's trying to get out of a marriage. She's been married to a bloke that's 10 years older than her, an arranged marriage. He's been abusing her, been raping her and beating her. She's wanted to get out of it. She's run off back to her family. I think it could have been Birmingham or London, I'm not sure. I've not done the research, but it's one of the two. And she's met another fella. Her father doesn't like the idea that she's moved out of the marriage. He thinks his name has been besmirched, and he orders her killing. And he tasks her uncle, his brother, with the killing of the cousins. And between them all, before killing her, they thought, well, there's a good chance of getting a few freebies on here. So they've raped her multiple times. Then they've strangled her, killed her. I believe they put her in a suitcase, and I think they buried her in a back garden somewhere. In the end, she got found. They all got sent to trial. They all got imprisoned. But the uncle is saying, I've had an absolutely terrible time in prison. Terrible time. Since these accusations have been levelled at me that I told the cousins to rape her or I allowed the cousins to rape her. In our country, honour killings and murder are the norm. And it's not a problem because you're doing it to protect your family's name. But rape in our religion is one of the worst things in the world. The crime is horrific. It's horrendous. And it's really, really tarnished my name, which is why he's going for ITV. Now, he's saying that, yet at the same time, we're being told that she got out of her marriage, her arranged marriage, to a guy 10 years older than her, because he used to beat her up and rape her. So as a husband, he's allowed to rape her as and when he wants to. But as killers, it's wrong that these fellas rape her before killing her. Killing her's not a problem, because in their country it's fine. But rape really is. It's looked at really badly. And I think to myself, what kind of world do we live in where rape or killing, whatever it may be, are passable or okay? And then you think to yourself, well, the problem is, it's happening in these other countries, and I don't believe it should, but that's their religions, and we can't stop them doing what they do for all. We don't agree with it, we don't believe in it, and we would hope it would end. It's awful what so many women throughout the world have to suffer. It's just awful at the hands of men. But the problem is, there's that many foreign people come over here now. They've got all their own religions over here. They've all got their own tight-knit communities, and all the rules and the laws and everything else that they lived under when they lived in their country, the country they've came from, they transfer to over here. Now, if my wife runs off from me because I've abused her, or has an affair or whatever else, and I kill her, I'm going to be in prison, and probably in prison for the rest of my life, and rightly so. If I've been caught raping her on multiple occasions, and she goes and tells the law, and the law finds in her favour and it's right, I'm going to be in prison for lots and lots of years, and rightly so. That's how it should be. That's how it should be over here. That's always been our laws. But unfortunately now our laws mean nothing to lots and lots of other ethnic, well, I'd say minorities. Many of them aren't minorities anymore. That is the problem. And I would just hope that somebody like Tommy or somebody like that stands up for all these people that need standing up for, whatever colour they are. You know what I mean? Where is it that it's right that you can just order a killing over here just because somebody leaves an abusive partner? The difference being, if my daughter was with a bloke 10 years older than her, I mean, firstly, they wouldn't be put in an arranged marriage. She'd marry who she wanted to. But whether or not she did, and I hear that over a number of years he's beating her up and raping her, I wouldn't have a worry about her running off or going to meet somebody else. I'd get her out of the house. And there still may be a murder, but the murder won't be my daughter. The murder would be him. I'd probably kill him, and people might scoff and laugh. But if somebody on a regular basis abused and raped my daughter, and I found out about it, I don't know that I'd be able to keep my hands to myself. I would probably kill him myself, and I'd do time for it. And I probably deserve to do time for it, but I would justify it in my own mind that he can't get away with it. I wouldn't employ or ask others to do that for me. I'd do it myself. But there's no way on God's green earth my daughter would come into any trouble with me for being raped by a boyfriend or a husband. Why on earth should my daughter be in any trouble for being abused? She's done no wrong, like this young girl has done no wrong. This young girl finds herself raped multiple times, murdered, and buried in a suitcase. You never heard those kind of things over here 40, 50, 60 years ago, did you? Things like that are happening more and more now. And you've got some imbecile in a prison somewhere trying to sue the TV for saying that he ordered or turned a blind eye to the rapes. He's not bothered the fact that he played a part in the killing. The other fella's not bothered, a dad, that he ordered to be killed. That's fine, because in their country it's okay. Well, it ain't over here, and it never should be. I hope somebody stands up for these people, I really do, because they need it.